Yes.
All right. We get to move on to the mainstay, the big cheese, the rosters.
Okay.
All right, first up, we have a section that I have entitled "Why."
Perfect.
Who hurt you? No?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
You just doubled. How could you forget about your baby, dog?
I don't know. I
Mhm.
was too busy thinking about the rosters. Because they're so goddamn confuddling.
I'm fucking pissed at you right now, bro.
All right. First up, we
I'm
have
pissed. I'm angry.
Golden Guardians.
Golden Glue
who
Guardians.
Have just, oh my god, I don't
think he's on that team.
They straight up doubled
Yes, he
down
is.
on the role swap strategy. The split
Golden Glue
where
is
they were
on
like,
this
Ole,
team.
yes.
Time
this
out.
time.
Time out. Are we talking about my boy Keith?
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
your boy Keith. They
Oh,
just
you're talking
doubled
about-
down.
Is he
Yep,
still your
but
boy
Keith-
Yeah.
though?
Yes, Keith. Keith is the lad. I've never once said a single bad thing about Keith. I love Keith.
Mhm.
He's a very funny streamer when
So-
he does stream. I like his content.
So the really questionable moves here are they picked up a Turkish jungler called Closer that I've never heard of before. Apparently,
I've also never heard of Closer.
he's apparently
Yeah.
done okay in the Turkish league, but for me, it's more like, what? Who are you?
Why?
Why? I don't really care.
I-
They picked up Golden Glue instead of Froggen, which feels super lateral to me, but hey, it's not an import slot anymore. So
Yep.
they get to have Closer instead, which again,
Why?
doesn't feel like an upgrade over contracts, but whatever. Then they're in.
It honestly probably feels like a downgrade to contracts, maybe. But
Then
I don't know. I don't know anything about the guy. He might be
Their
lit. He might be
carry
great.
Is still FBI.
Yep.
Random ass OCE player. He looks okay. I don't think
GBM
he's
used to
garbage,
fucking
but like
Play on Royal Youth. What?
GBM
Oh, yeah.
kills everywhere. And
Mhm.
then
He's a coach now.
to the aghast dismay of everyone, Keith is now role swapped to support.
Why is that a gas and dismay? That's my boy Keith.
Is your boy? Is your boy right there? You want to take credit for that? Because, dear Lord, I don't know who
that
came up
roster
with this
close?
decision, but I was watching like this doc series they had about their roster when they were putting it together, and the way they seem to come up with it is they're just talking about who they want to try to talk to for support, and they're like, "Hey, you guys want to just ask Keith if he wants to switch to support?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, that sounds like a good idea." I'm just sitting here like, am I the only one in this room that thinks this is an awful idea?
A lot of former AD carries become supports. I actually don't think it's that hard of a transition.
I'm sorry, did I just sneeze?
The best example would be Core JJ.
No,
and
the best
Yellow
example
Star.
is Afromu.
And Yellow Star.
Yellow
Yellow
used to
Star,
be
Core
80K.
J. What?
I didn't realize Yellow Star used to be an 80K.
He played Twitch in like season 2 or something for Fnatic.
What?
I do not think Yellow Star was in.
You know what? I might be totally off base here.
But
Yeah, nope, you're not. Up until July of 2013, he was a bot laner for his career. Basically, he played top lane on Millennium for a little while. But that's not what we're talking about. Today we're
No,
talking
but I
about
actually
Golden
think
Guardians.
anyway. My point is, as an AD carry player who plays a lot of support, also, I actually think it's a pretty easy transition.
It's easier than most others, I would guess.
Yeah, I think it's one of the easier transitions in the game, to be honest. And Keith has a lot of experience in competitive play, in academy play, and I think he's legitimately capable of becoming a solid support. I really don't think this is going to be like an insanely hard switch for him. And I guess it depends upon the pool he's going to be playing. I have no idea what Keith's support pool is going to be. I have no idea how deep or how shallow it's going to be at the start of the season or how it's going to progress.
Morgana all day, every day.
Well, but the thing is like also if you're a pro player, like he probably has like it's probably not that hard for someone who's like challenger or master level mechanics to pick up someone like Thresh, right?
Kind of, but you also got to remember they have to be able to play it at a challenger level. Like
No, I know, but like that's why in the preseason he's probably been scrimming and practicing. He's probably getting coaching, role coaching, right? Like it's not like they're just throwing him like, figure these champions out. It's regimented, like.
I mean, yes, but then you also have to bring up the previous example of Ole, who went through the same system before, just the split well, before that, and he didn't turn out to be like
I mean,
greatest
Huhi?
support at the time. Oh, Huhi, yes, okay. Why
Well,
do I
but
have
that's a
Ole
mid
down there?
laner.
Huhi, yes.
That's a mid laner, and I think a mid lane to support is actually a way harder transition.
I
Harder than
It's that
harder than AD to support. Not the hardest transition.
I don't think if it's harder, I don't think it's by much.
No, I think it's because I think that the hardest would be top lane to support.
Yeah, I would agree, 100%.
And
Yeah.
I think it goes bot lane to support easiest, jungle to support second easiest, mid lane to support, top to support.
I don't know. It's really hard because mid lane's actually a lot about roaming.
So, yeah, I mean, yes, but
And AD carry is about not roaming.
no, but as an AD carry, you're just next to a support long enough, you start to see how they act, you figure it out.
Right. But I don't know. It's just,
I see Matt's point as an AD carry. Like you generally have a good idea of like, oh, my support needs to go ward at this time because this.
Or
is
like
happening.
what your support is capable of.
I think that mid lane and bot lane have like two of either halves of what a support's supposed to do. Like a bot laner has a good understanding of how a support's supposed to play in lane and like operate in team fights, whereas a mid laner knows how a support kind of has to roam, where the good moments in the game are to roam, where pressure would need to be exerted when and how.
I think roaming is easier to learn than lane play.
Either way, I still don't think this is a good idea, and I think Keith is going to be a very bad support.
I'm excited to see it. I have faith in the kid.
I have like my notes broken up by all the roles, and for the coach, I just have.
I know. I screenshotted all of them.
In there.
Pick Keith support. What the fuck?
Okay, but
Okay,
I just don't think
Hey,
it makes
Keith the kid.
yeah,
it
keep
just
stepping
doesn't
on
make
Haymant.
the team competitive.
I don't compared to every other.
What
team,
other
I'm just
support are they
sitting
going
here
to
like,
get?
Anybody.
It's
Who? Start a one from Challenger. I'd rather that.
You keep contracts, you import a support.
That too.
What support do you
Also,
import?
I don't know who contracts
That's a
went
very
to.
good question.
I don't know who contracts went to, but
100 Thieves Academy.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Fucking could have kept him. They could have kept him.
Because I don't think I've ever thought of contracts being like a terrible jungler either.
He was not great last
Depended
year.
upon the week for me. No, I'm kidding.
He wasn't great last year, but he wasn't like I didn't think he was hot fire.
He wasn't booty.
There were other junglers where I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited to see how it pans out. I understand the hesitance or the nervousness, but
I think this team has so many like wild card unknowable variables that I cannot at all put any confidence in how they're turning out.
well, that's fair. I'm not going to say that they're going to be like a top tier team.
All I can say is I think that top and mid lane look decent, maybe middle of the pack laners. Everyone else, I think they're bottom of the barrel.
FBI was not extremely impressive last split, but he wasn't.
He didn't look like he was playing without hands.
I'm excited to see him. I'm excited to see what happens.
Are you looking forward to him?
FBI, yeah, he was.
No, the team in general.
The team in general.
I'm trying to put your thoughts together so I
no.
can move on to the next team.
No, I'm not looking forward to what
You're not
GGS
looking
is
forward
going
to this bottom 3 lock team? Come on.
Oh my goodness. Honestly, I want to just see how Keith doesn't support. That's it.
Okay.
My boy Keith.
Okay. On to the next
How about
team.
Are we done?
We might be, Matt. You have to do something first.
I just want to know if you take us on home?
Yeah. I think I can. That's gonna do it for the first episode of the legendary League of Legends podcast. I forgot to do this at the beginning of this episode. Fuck. After these first 3 preseason podcasts,
The preseason trilogy, of course, the original trilogy.
All episodes will be uploaded to a dedicated channel that'll be linked in the description called Legendary Podcasts. I don't think you can Google search for it yet because it hasn't posted a damn thing. But yeah, so you can go there. If you need to find it right now, you can go to my YouTube channel and look under the extra channel things. It's going to be there. Besides that, catch us probably at 7 o'clock on Tuesdays. Because I bet you the change is going to be that Monday night has games on it, so we're not going to be able to stream then if we wanted to.
And also we can't.
Yeah. And have a nice night.
Have a good night, fellas.
Yep.
Oh my god.